Hello, friends. I am Chevee. Welcome to my shed. How are you today? How's life in your world? How's things where you are? I hope it's fantastic. Everything here is great. Today's going to be one of those episodes where I talk about emotions and feelings and relationships, and it's probably not super interesting. But here we go. Yesterday, I read an article that set me to thinking, and the irony of this is that I'm telling you this, not him. And the reason why that's ironic will come out as we talk about this. But basically, the article came down to a person who had been raised their entire life to be truthful, found that being truthful was damaging their relationships. And so they decided to start allowing themselves to lie to people. Now, that was the gist of the article. And what it really comes down to is not necessarily lying to people or making things up, but just not telling people the truth. Like, there's a difference between lying and not being truthful, I think. Because there's a lot of times, there's a ton of interactions you're going to have in life where you just need to get through the interaction. It's not really about the quality of the interaction. And those are typically those conversations that you have when you meet somebody new and they're like, hey, how are you? And you say, I'm fine, right? When reality is you're never fine. Like, that's never the case, you know? But if you tell them the truth, like, I'm okay, things could be better, I'm having trouble, blah, blah, blah. They just go, cool, why are you telling me that? Because that wasn't really the question. The question was not, how are you? The question was, are we good or are you a crazy person? That's the real question, right? It's a disarming thing. It's literally a social construct to help defuse a situation where you're not sure who and what the other person is. Do you speak English? Because I'm going to say something to you in English, like, how are you? And you're going to respond to me. Do you speak with an accent? Do you understand me? Are you going to say something crazy like, I'm not doing that great right now? Because I don't really care. It's really just a way to diffuse a mystery in the presence of a person. And the article goes on to explain other situations, lots of other situations, where being truthful is oftentimes perceived as being cruel, right? Though I'm speaking my truth, that doesn't mean that the person that I'm speaking to needs to hear it, right? That means that if I'm telling somebody they suck because they did something sucky, that's not helping them. Like, they know they suck. And you're just being harmful. And so if that's a person that you want to have an engaging relationship with, sometimes it's better to just shut your mouth. And I'm not advocating lying. I'm saying just don't speak your truth. It doesn't matter. Your truth doesn't matter. It's not that important. And that's a lesson that I need to learn more. I am a very truthful person. And I know that on occasion this has harmed M. Not necessarily like physically or mentally or emotionally, but just she is concerned that I'm much more truthful publicly than I am with her. That I don't, not necessarily that I lie to her, but that I don't share with her. She says things like, "Is this something that I'm going to have to learn from watching your show?" Right? Is this and that sucks, right? Because I don't want to be that way. And so the other half of this article, or the other part of this article, it was really a bad article. It was written in the New Yorker, I think, even, and it wasn't really a well-written article, but it was written. It was written well enough to get me thinking. The other part was that by withholding some of your truth, you contain a part of you that becomes an intimate part of you that you only share with people you are intimate with. I don't necessarily mean sexually intimate. I just mean people who you're close to. And so by having things that are, just for your partner, just for your friends, just for your family, that makes that bond stronger. By having nothing, by sharing everything openly, it cheapens all of those interactions. That was the other half of the article. And it's true. And that's the part that I need to work on. I need to work on being more, being less open. And by that I mean, I'm always willing to answer questions, but sometimes I need to not answer the question with all of the information that I have available to me. I need to answer just the question as presented and just move on and hold back some of that, because that's the intimate part of the conversation that I need to, that would be better shared with somebody else, right? Particularly M. I like sharing my world and my life with her, and I want to keep her around for a very, very, very long time. And let's be honest, that she's young, so my long time is not that long for her. And so I have to learn to be a little bit more reserved for her, right? So that we can have these kinds of conversations before I have them with other people. I often tend to have conversations and then realize, oh, I should talk to Em about this, because I just, unless I am approached, I don't normally converse. I don't start conversations. I'm not a conversation starter, even with my kids, with Em, my dog, whoever, my parents. I don't start conversations. I just sit and think. And it bothers people that I don't respond always to their conversation starters, and it bothers people that I don't just conversate naturally. Funny enough, here, nobody's asked me a question about this, but here I am. This is a very different thing for me. A very, very different thing. This is a different side of me. I don't normally walk into a room and just start talking. Right? I don't normally do that with people I'm intimately close to. So that's the thing that I have to learn. And that's the thing that I took away from this article, is that I need to hold back some of that stuff to only share with those people that are close. What do you think? I'll try to find the article and link it in the description. I'm not positive that I can, but maybe I can. It's in my history somewhere on some device. Got anything planned this weekend? Tonight is Monster's last soccer game for her middle school. This is 8th grade's last game. So after this, I think softball is in line for the spring season, and then we're on to high school next year. So this is it. Final soccer game for middle school. And then it starts for realsies. That's tonight. Don't know what we're going to do the rest of the weekend. What do you got going on? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for being here as always. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, being amazing friends, wonderful people. I really appreciate you. And I'll see you again tomorrow. No, I won't. I'll see you on Monday. Today's word you should know to sound smart is obviate. It is a verb meaning to anticipate and therefore prevent difficulties or disadvantages. We changed the location of our fall gala at the last minute, obviating the need to cut anyone from our ever-expanding guest list. Obviate. O-B-V-I-A-T-E. The fall gala. That sounds amazing. My 25th year high school reunion is coming up. I've never been to one of my high school reunions. I have no contact with any of my classmates, but they want me to go.